Welcome guys. Thank y'all so very much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and chill and check out this video. My name is Matt, also known as Jackal. Today, we're going to be talking to you guys about map awareness. To me, map awareness involves three major things: knowledge of the spawns, your positioning on the map, and of course, knowing where the enemy is going to be. We're going to be diving into each and every one of those aspects right here, right now. Strap on in, let's go for it. Do your Call of Duty matches go something like this? More than likely, this is due to poor map awareness. Now, map awareness can be definitely honed in on, practiced, and built upon. It's not something that everybody just innately knows. It takes time, takes effort, takes a lot of time. Don't expect to learn this overnight. Don't expect this video to be the end-all be-all, but this video will give you guys a nice big head start above some of your competition. The first thing we're going to talk about today is your positioning. Positioning means not only your position on the map, but also your position relative to your teammates. One of the worst things you can do in Call of Duty is watch the exact same spot as one of your teammates. By watching the same spot as one of your teammates, you're opening up another lane that the enemies can come through that nobody's watching. This can occur in both 4v4 competitive lobbies as well as 6v6 public matches. There's more than 3 lanes that people can come through on most standard maps. In Black Ops Cold War, Nuketown is an exception to this rule, but in most standard Call of Duty maps, there's going to be more than 3 lanes that your enemies can push you from. So it's very important that you're not watching the exact same angle as one of your teammates. You also need to know how far to push out. Now, this doesn't mean how far forward up into the map to go. This is relative to where you are in the exact moment. So you're going to be sitting behind cover a lot in Call of Duty. Most people do. A lot of people will play that way. There's nothing wrong with it. But what sets apart the best players from the good players is knowing how far to move out of that cover so that they can continue to stay behind cover and not expose themselves to many players at once. Everybody's had those games where you're playing, you slide around a corner and you see 3 people right there ready, aimed in at you, just ready to ruin your game. The easiest way to get around this: don't slide out around corners as often, and if you do, try to slide from cover back to cover. A great explanation of this, a great example of this is Nuketown. Sliding from one of the mid buses over to the Jeep, to the side Jeep on the very edge of the map, is a great explanation of this. Not only do you slide from cover to cover, but you're also covered from almost all angles in this situation besides your spawn. Not only does this help you slide from cover to cover, but it also helps you prioritize your kills. You can look and see how many people there are quickly as you slide by and realize, okay, one's watching me from the garage, another one's watching me from the top. So I need to peel out so that I can only see the garage player, kill him, and then I can focus on the top window. This is going to help you dramatically increase your KD, get you more kills, less deaths, and just have a much better time playing Call of Duty. Another way that you're going to be able to drastically help your Call of Duty game is knowing where the spawns are. This comes in both team deathmatch, control, domination, whatever game mode you may be playing besides search and destroy and variations of it, where you can respawn after a death. Knowing where your enemies are going to be is crucial. The first thing to watch out for is flipping spawns. You need to know where your teammates are and where you are relative to the spawn boundaries. Obviously, we know teams spawn on opposite ends of the map on the edges. We know that. But what you may or may not notice is there are spawns along all of the perimeter of the map where the teams can spawn. Both teams can spawn, not just limited to one team. Knowing where these spots are crucial, because then you can expect them, knowing where your teammates are relative to those other spawn boundaries. If you know you have teammates on every spawn spot except for one, chances are they're going to be spawning on that empty spot. But you also need to know where these spawn boundaries are. Classic example of this, again, is Nuketown. You don't want to push too far into the buildings, into each house, blue and yellow respectively, or you're going to flip the spawns. Flipping the spawns, obviously, team flips spawns on the other side of the map. You get caught out, you get shot in the back. You don't want to push too far, because otherwise you're not going to have fun. Things aren't going to go your way. You're going to get killed from behind. You're going to cause your team to get killed from behind. less kills, less wins, less objective, you're not going to win. So if you know exactly how far you can push out while still watching them spawn or knowing where they're spawning relative to where you are, don't go past that point. This is especially crucial in domination. Pushing past flag A or flag C will always cause a spawn flip. Now, there are instances where this may be good, but most of the time you're not going to want to flip spawns. But make sure if you're trying to flip spawns, always communicate that to your team so they know, okay, we need to push up with him. As soon as we see one of our teammates spawn back there, push back, turn around, and force them back to their spawn. One of the best ways I've found to learn these spawns is to watch the bots in custom lobbies, honestly. Spectate the bots and learn where they are going. You can get an overview of the map. You can watch the minimap as their dots pop up on the map. You know, okay, this is where they start. This is where they go every time. You know, you can realize, okay, if there's a person at mid-jeep and 3 in the back of yellow, you know they're gonna spawn back blue. Wherever it may be, watching these bots, as boring as it may seem, if you watch them with a purpose, they're some of the best Call of Duty tools you can use to learn the game. The final thing I'm going to say about spawns is knowing how to hold them. This is a team effort, holding spawns. Usually you can hold one spawn as a single player, but knowing where they're spawning after that is going to be a crapshoot. Holding spawns is a team effort though. Knowing exactly where you can sit to make sure that they don't spawn there is especially crucial in games like Hardpoint, where the objective constantly moves around the map in a cyclical rotation. Knowing where the objective is going next, knowing where your teammates are, is especially crucial in a game mode like that. So learning how to hold the spawns is insanely incredible in a game like Hardpoint. Basically, what you want to do to hold a spawn is sit in the back of it. They're not going to spawn in the spawn in front of you. They're only going to spawn behind you. So if you sit in the back of it, if you hold a lane watching the spawn while you're in the spawn boundary, again, that's where this comes into effect. You got to know where those spawn boundaries are. In that case, that's more just playing, but learning where those spawn boundaries are, how to flip them, and how to hold them is going to be your key to victory in a game like Hardpoint. My final tip for this video is learn where people most commonly sit. Now, obviously, this is going to vary from map to map. Instances coming right off my head, you know, people are always going to be sitting top window in both houses on Nuketown. There's almost always going to be somebody on the plane wings on Checkmate. Cartel, usually up in the tower, is the popular spot. In top of the ship on Armada is going to be a very common spot. People always sit there up on the top of the ship or like the upper deck area watching spawns. That's a very common spot. Learn all of these spots. Know where to expect your teammates. If you can expect them there, they're not going to be able to get the jump on you like they expect. If you can know exactly where they're going to be at the exact time where they don't think you will, you have the upper hand. No matter where they are, if you know where they are, you can jump around the corner, you can pre-aim it, waiting for them to push out, whatever the situation may call for, you can get the kill on them. So if you learn these spots and know where to expect, easy way to figure out where these common spots are, if you die and go, shit, he's there again, or damn it, why are you sitting there? Those are spots you should be watching out for. Those are your common telltale signs of knowing where people sit. These spots can be very tricky to learn though, unfortunately. A lot of times it varies from map to map, obviously, or even team to team, player to player. Not one player may not sit in the exact same spot as another player. His usual spot may be, you know, under the left window in Cartel. You know, under the window. He sits under the window while his teammate's up in the window, you know, something like that. Whereas, you know, personally, I prefer going up into the tower or, you know, sitting on one of the trucks in the middle of the field. Unfortunately, you just kind of have to learn those tendencies and play it map by map. That's where those vocal cues come in. If you or you hear a teammate go, why is he sitting there? He's there the whole game. Somebody needs to watch out for that. Like, learn those things and pay attention. It's not just mindlessly playing the game. There's so much more behind it that I'm here to help you guys learn. Thank y'all so very much for checking out this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to smash that like button down below, or dislike it if you disliked it. Comment down below what you guys are having the most issues with right now in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I have some ideas on what I want to talk about, but give me your guys' #1 pet peeves in Call of Duty and what I can do to help you guys learn the game quicker. As always, make sure to share this video with that one person in your friends list that you know needs these tips. As always, subscribe if you're new. Thank y'all so much for checking out the content. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it may be, wherever you may be. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love as always, homies. Peace.